Has anybody ever sat down with you, asked you what you want to accomplish, asked you what that picture looks like, and offered to help you? So if you want to know the fastest way to build your business and what the rapid formula for success, I'm gonna go really fast through this just to give you a taste of some of the things we teach you. Natalie talked about the personal, professional, and financial goals. You guys remember that? This is a game changer. Because John Maxwell says, before you ask for a hand, give one, okay? So when people see that you're interested in them, they will be interested in you. If you're trying to be interesting and get people to do what you want them to do for you, they will not be inclined to do it, and you'll get less of a result. So what the PPF program, I developed this and deployed it. I learned it from my mentor, Hector Lamarck, in 2001, 2002, 2003, when I realized I wasn't connected to my team, and I was leading through brute force dictatorship, and I was abdicating to people and then being disappointed with them, and it was a cycle, and so I had to confront that cycle. And what this forced me to do is to sit with every single person and say, if you're gonna dedicate and commit your time, energy, and effort into pursuing your goals through this business, what do you actually want to accomplish for yourself? And I'll tell you, we've managed PPF goals now for over 40,000 people around the world in the last 20 years, and 99% of the time when we ask the question, has anybody ever sat down with you, asked you what you want to accomplish, asked you what that picture looks like, and offered to help you, 99.9% of the time they've always said no. So that gives you an opportunity to say, if I'm willing and committed to doing that and aligning the business opportunity with your goals, what could I expect back from you? And see, here's what I'm gonna tell you is that telling people what to do or being mad at people or dictating to them isn't gonna get the result. Teaching people to set targets, accomplish those targets for themselves, and showing them that the purpose of the business is to be a utility for them to succeed and accomplish their goals. And your job isn't to be a boss, but a coach in helping them win at those goals. The more people you can get doing that, working with you, the less you have to worry about managing the business. The whole aspect of building a business is going to be around how many people can you accumulate. John says the true test of a leader is by the number of followers. Pure and simple. You might rank yourself high across every category, but if you only have a handful of people, you ain't that good of a leader. My dad was a pastor of a church. I used to ask him this question all the time. There was, in Portland, Oregon, we went to a church that had 500 congregants. Portland, Oregon had a population of almost 2.2 million people. You drive out to Boring, Oregon, and there's a reason it was named Boring, Oregon. There's nothing out there. It's in the middle of nowhere. And yet, it's got a church that has 5,500 congregants that drive for hours to come to that church. Who's a better leader? The guy that can get, or the gal that can get someone to go hours and hours and hours and has 5,000 people actively engaged and involved? Or the person sitting in the middle of the epicenter of a 2.5 million population where you could easily draw 5,000 people in within drawing a dime around the zip code location and has 500. But that pastor thinks that they're as good as the pastor with 5,000. Who's driving more impact? See, numbers never lie. People do, ego does, but numbers never lie. How do you know if you're driving huge value, huge change, huge impact? Look at your numbers. If your numbers are small, your impact's small. Now the good news is no matter how good you think you are, if you want to create massive impact, now you understand the numbers need to support that. Is that fair? And you can now own that, and you can start talking about that. Instead of, I want to build a church with 500 people, or I want to build a business doing 500,000 or 5 million a year, start talking about what it looks like when you're doing 50 million or 500 million. Start talking about the lives that you can change and the goals that people can accomplish, and start talking about the impact that you're creating on the people helping you do it. And get excited about that. You don't need to be excited about your business. You need to be excited about what people are able to accomplish by working and trusting you in your business, in their life. And if you're excited about that, it really doesn't matter what you do. So what matters is you taking the time to find out what's important to other people and what they want to accomplish, and being an example to them and be willing to help them. This is what I do with every one of my employees. I brought Aaron up here the first day. See, I bring Aaron up, and then I bring Steven up, and then I bring the next person and the next person and the next person. I have a whole series of people who are accomplishing their goals working with us. Business owners, employees, conquering and winning in ways they never thought were possible.